I got a song filled with shit for the strong-willed.
Trust me, you don't want to miss anything in this video, especially number 1. Remember to leave a like and let's get right into the video. Number 7. Continuation of Fall. I want to start off with the music video here, because if you've been paying attention to the very recent videos of Eminem via the Kamikaze soundtrack, you'll have noticed something very interesting. For you see, this video picks up exactly where Fall left off. For proof of this, go back to the end of Fall, and you'll see Eminem stepping on a CD of his album Revival, which has very mixed opinions from critics and listeners. Fast forward to the start of Venom, and you'll see that a kid picks up the exact same CD that Eminem stepped on. And it's that album that begins the infection of the city, and you'll see it as the music video goes on. Why is this important? Well, it's likely a dig that Eminem is making on himself, which is going to be something you see as the song goes on, especially since this is one of his quote-unquote bad albums that starts the infection. You see, in Fall, Eminem notes that he's tried to be nice and sing kind songs that meant something for him. But no matter what he did, no matter how much heart he put into those songs, people only wanted one thing: Slim Shady. Which is why one of the last lyrics in Fall was, "You want Slim Shady? You got him." Therefore, by putting the quote-unquote infection in the CD that he created himself and then destroyed, he's sending out a message that the infection that you're getting is actually because of you, the viewer or listener. Because it was you who begged for Eminem to go back to his Slim Shady persona, and not the guy who's been making music the past few years. And just like an infection, this desire has spread from person to person. So now you're going to spread the music person to person, and through that you're going to infect all the people around you until you're all satisfied that Slim Shady is truly back. So be warned, this is your fault.
We are Venom.
Number 6. Who is Venom? One of the more important parts of the song isn't the lyrics or even the video, it's what the song is attached to outside of itself. For this song is on the soundtrack for the now in theater movie, Venom. Now, for those who aren't familiar with this character, allow me to share you with a brief abridged version of the character itself. Trust me, you want to hear this version because if I went all the way with his origin, both past and present, we'd be here for quite a while, because there are tons of symbiotes. This all started on a planet very far away. Spider-Man was part of a competition called the Secret War, and during that time he got a new suit via a substance that was in the station the heroes of the story used for the Secret War. Unbeknownst to him at the time, he was wearing a symbiote for the planet Clintar. The point of the symbiote was to form a true symbiotic relationship with a host and make them a great, or in this case of Spider-Man, a greater hero. One problem though, the symbiote had accidentally been corrupted via a serial killer and Deadpool. You can't make this up. So by the time it reaches Spider-Man, it started to corrupt him. Thankfully for Spidey, he fought it off and made the symbiote leave him. Unfortunately for Spidey, the symbiote went to a man named Eddie Brock, who just so happened to blame Spider-Man for the downturn that his life took. And trust me, it took quite the turn. With their desire to get revenge against Spider-Man united, they became a force of true terror. They became Venom. Now, ironically, while Venom is credited being one of Spider-Man's greatest villains, even being a headliner in Spider-Man 3, he has also been an anti-hero, which is actually what he's being portrayed as in the film. Which is important because due to the fact that the film isn't overly connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he can't officially be tied to Spider-Man just yet. What does this all have to do with the song and music video for Venom? You know, outside of Eminem turning into Venom at the very end, well, it has to do with intent. In the film, don't worry, I won't spoil it, Eddie Brock doesn't understand what's happening to himself after he gets infected with the symbiote. So he himself is the infected person, but instead of spreading it around like in the video, he's trying to fight the presence of the symbiote itself, which is a very dominant personality, one that isn't afraid to hurt people at the slightest of opportunities. That's honestly what Eminem is trying to sing about in the song. He's fighting the devil inside of him, which in the case of Venom, is Venom. Eddie is having to try to be better while the symbiote is trying to get him to embrace his dark side. In the trailers, Venom literally says,
The way I see it, we can do whatever we want. Do we have a deal?
So there is a brief history of Venom and why he's there in the video. I find it oddly poetic that Eminem is singing this song because he himself has faced numerous demons in his life, which is actually something he sings about in Venom.
Knock, knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been, head is spinning, this medicine screaming.
Number 5. The world can be out to get you. Eminem starts out Venom in an interesting place, not talking about dark stuff, but rather real stuff that people deal with every day, like when the world seems to be out to get you. I got a song filled with shit for the strong-willed. When the world gives you a raw deal, sets you off till you scream, piss off, screw you. When it talks to you like you don't belong, but tells you you're in the wrong field. As sad or blunt as it may sound, this is actually quite profound, for Eminem is singing about things like let the devil in, and other things. He's also acknowledging what it is that gets people to that point, for even people like Eddie Brock that didn't start out bad. And in fact, those lyrics actually tie into the fall that Eddie had in the comics before he became Venom. Because when we get right into it, the world doesn't agree with a lot of people, and it sets them on paths that can be dark and brooding, because things just won't fall their way. Those who haven't had those issues are honestly quite blessed, because the rest of us have to deal with hardships quite often. The raw deal is something that differs from person to person, and when things go continually bad, you can't help but shout at the top of your lungs that life sucks. Or screw you for you doing this to me, and on and on. Eminem is stating that he gets it, and he honestly does. He's had raw deals growing up, he had some raw deals during his prime, and raw deals in the last several years where people criticized him for doing different styles of music. So should you embrace the Venom? Eminem says that he understands why you do it. Number 4. Devils and Horrorcore. Eminem has actually done quite a few versions and genres of rap over the years, including one that he references in the following lines. Knock knock, let the devil in, malevolent as I've ever been. Head is spinning, this medicine screaming. Let us in, like a salad bowl. Edgar Allan Poe. This is a reference to horrorcore, a style of rapping that has very vivid imagery, and Eminem has actually done 2 albums that were set within this genre. And though he has willingly stepped away from it over the years, he has gone back to it in certain songs. As for what this has to do with Venom, as well as Edgar Allan Poe, Venom, the character, is seen as a very dark and horrific character, included in the movie he's starring in now. As for Poe, he's one of the original masters of horror, having written tales that scare the daylights out of people like The Telltale Heart and The Casket of Amontillado. So he's referencing the darkness that Poe had the right to write his dark stories, and noting that he, as well as you, have the darkness within you to be like them. It's an interesting visual, one that's definitely going to raise some eyebrows for those who don't get the joke.
Dr. Dre said hell yeah, and I got a stamp like a postcard, word to mailman.
Number 3. Rising from nothing to the top. If you aren't paying attention, and you don't know the history of Eminem, then the last part of the first verse isn't going to make much sense to you. Mayo and went from Hellman's and being rail thin. Filet-O-Fish, Scribble Jam, Rap Olympics 97, Freak Nick. How can I be down? Me and Bazaar in Florida. Proof's room, slept on the floor of the motel, and then Dr. Dre said hell yeah. And I got this stamp like a postcard, the word to mailman. And I know they're gonna hate, but I don't care. I barely can wait to hit him with the snare and the bass. For you see, here Eminem is giving a brief history of his life before music, because before he was Slim Shady, he was just a poor guy from Detroit trying to take care of his kid. He had aspirations of being in music, but didn't know he could actually do it. Then he got to the Rap Olympics in 97 and actually placed second, which wasn't bad for a white guy back then. This in turn led him to meet Dr. Dre, who was very big in the industry. He helped Eminem get a start, and the rest is history. And then at the end, he notes that because he's gone through so much in his career, he knows that people will keep on hating on him no matter what he does. He's fine with that. He's ready to bring down the beat and show them what he's made of, even if what he's made of is venom.
Gonna taste my venom. I got that adrenaline.
Number 2, you got the touch of Venom. Venom, I got that. Adrenaline momentum, and I'm not knowing when I'm ever gonna slow up, and I'm ready to stop at any moment. I'm thinking it's my time to go get him. They ain't gonna know what hit him. If not obvious, Eminem is clearly singing about the venom that everyone has within them. But it's not a symbiote, or alien, or any other external substance. He mentions adrenaline and momentum, 2 things that every human has inside them. And sometimes in a fight or flight situation, these 2 things build inside of you. And it feels like you're going to snap or let loose. Sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't, and that's what Eminem is saying. Sometimes it's hard to fight the power that is building inside of you, and tying it back to the first verse, you need to be strong-willed to fight the urge. But when you decide to cut loose, it's game on. And whether you're skilled in combat or not, they definitely won't know what hit them. Number 1. Slim Shady is Venom. If you ever wondered why Eminem stopped being Slim Shady, it's because by the time he had his overdose and almost died from it, he got a new perspective on life. Due to that, he understands that he wasn't a superhero. he was a villain, one that was infecting people with his own music, which he sings about multiple times in Venom via the third verse. Ain't no telling when this chokehold on this game will end. I'm loco. Became a symbiote, so my fangs are in your throat, ho. Your snake bit him with my venom. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. So escaping me is impossible. I latch onto you like a parasite, and I probably ruined your parents' life, and your childhood too. Cause if I'm the music y'all grew up on, I'm responsible for you retarded fools. I'm the supervillain dad, and mom was losing their marbles too. You marvel that? Eddie Brock is you, and I'm the suit. So call me Venom. It's ironic that Eminem is admitting that he is the symbiote here, but it's accurate. When Eminem came into the scene, a lot of people attached to his music in a way that even he admits wasn't healthy, and parents, including his own, were appalled by his music because he knew it would affect kids the wrong way. Which again is all the more ironic because he tried to get away from songs like that, but people didn't want that. They wanted Slim Shady back, no matter what. So in truth, all of his listeners were indeed Eddie Brock. And he was and is and still will be as long as he makes music, Venom. What did you think of this breakdown of Venom by Eminem with the help from, well, Venom? Do you find a new appreciation for the song? Did you think that Eminem made good use of this song and video? What do you think was the best part of either the song or the music video? Did you see something that I might have missed? Let me know in the comments below, and be ready for the next video where I break down more rap songs. Hey, just a reminder that we're changing up the giveaways. From now on, we're offering the Galaxy Note 9, the one that comes with the exclusive Fortnite skin, the new iPhone X Max, which we'll pre-order for you, and the new Apple Watch Series 4, which we'll also pre-order for you. The winner gets to decide between these three. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, drop a like, and comment the hidden message in the video for a chance to win. You got nothing to lose. Go for it.